Hello, everyone. I am here to share a vision and a message from Jesus. In this vision, I was in line with thousands of people, and we were being drawn by an invisible force into the mouth of what I knew to be a beast with a great appetite for souls. Once we were drawn into the mouth, we began to fall downwards. And as we were falling, I saw these enormous chains with spikes in them fall down my direction and wrap around me. I was trapped and tried to get my way out. After a while of struggle, myself and a few other people were rescued and brought to a new place where we were given white garments to change into. I knew then that Jesus saved us. Oh, Jesus, that vision definitely felt like a horror movie at first, and then things got better. What are you saying here? Jesus began. These last days are worse than a horror movie, my love. Way worse. As I've always said, things will get worse before they get better, and I am in the position where I am building my remnant army. In your vision, so many people were being pulled away from me and into the enemy's grasp and being trapped by their own sin and depravity. My grace and mercy rescued the small number of faithful ones, and I washed them clean and gave them new clothes to equip them for their roles and positions in my army. The white garments are your assignments and anointing for the battle. For the past few years, I have been searching for those that will be used greatly through my spirit to fight during these end times. The stage has already been set, and drafting has been ongoing. I will make my decision by the end of this year of who will be selected to be a part of my remnant army. There will be many who think they will be selected that won't, and many who don't think they will be selected that will be. I play no favorites, and my prerequisites are focusing on the heart of my children. There are so many who are being used by my spirit that don't know me, but will come to give their lives to me. Where will I find you when I make my final decision? It all depends on you and your choices whether or not you will be selected. There is much graces and anointing given to those that I choose in these last days, and only through my spirit can you accomplish what I have set out for you. Prepare your minds and your hearts for action. Determine where you stand with me by examining your heart. I allow you to choose. You will be given gifts to equip you for your positions ahead. And that was the end of Jesus's message. So here, it's pretty straightforward. He is telling us to prepare our hearts for battle, for action, for what's to come in the future. And he's telling us that he's going to be selecting those who will be in his army and those that will be on the front lines. And we all should want to be selected. We all should want to be on the front lines. But I know, and we know, that everybody won't be selected because there are some who are not serious, and there are some who are, and there are some that no one would have ever expected for God to choose them and use them, but he is, because that's who he is. That's what he does. He always goes after those that people don't expect, those that people reject. Those are the people that he really have a deep heart for. So he's telling us to prepare ourselves in our hearts to see where we stand with him, and if we're not in good standing, to make changes so we can be selected, so God can use us the way he created us to be used. We were all created to be a part of God's army. It's not, one person over the next. Like, God created all of us to be a part of his army. So we should all want to be. We should all want to be used by God in some way in these last days. If we are still living today, that means we were meant to be living during this time, and we were meant to be a part of God's army, and we should want to be. We should have a desire for God to use us the way he intended, not to go and do our own thing. But if God looks and he finds us doing things that are not according to his will, that don't give him glory, then we won't be used. And that's what he's saying. He's laying it out for us. If we're not in position, if we're not doing what we need to be doing, if our hearts are not for God, are not thinking about God and his will, then we will get put to the side. He will leave us there, until we come to our senses. So, as I said, it's pretty straightforward. So I pray that we will really begin to reflect and see where we are with God. And if we're not in the right place, to begin to make changes. And that's what he's saying. So I pray that this encourages you. Thank you for listening, and God bless you.